Hi and welcome back to another video of jPlay. I am Marcus and today I start my playthrough series of Expedition Zetta. One of the games I got from last year's Essence, I have to say, so pretty much the last one. And of course I got that at the Sierra Madre game. This booth is always a no-brainer for me. I have to go there and have to check out what they offer. And this year my more or less surprise buy was Expedition Zetta. No, it was on my list and I would definitely try to play it. I played this game once in the cooperative mode and I think today I will play it in the solo mode. Not so different to the cooperative mode, but it seemed to be relatively challenging, I have to admit. You can also play this game fully competitively. I'm not 100% sure which modules I want to put in. I will definitely put in some of those modules because the very basic game is a little bit lame, I have to admit. But as soon as you're adding 2-3 of those modules, things really start to look very, very interesting. So yeah, let's see and find it out for ourselves, shall we?
Okay, here we are. This is our control board for our ship. Here is our little ship. This is something I really drew randomly. We have the kangaroo. And yes, we will play with the special abilities of those cards. So in the very basic variant, you simply ignore what's written on this ship here. Your spaceship has extra large living quarters. You may have 5 crew members on your spaceship. Place the 5th crew member on this card. Also works for alien crew. This can be helpful if I manage to get enough crew members during the preparation ship, which I highly doubt, to be honest. The preparation grid is something I'm not really sure about this game. I can see that it makes sense for the multiplayer game when you play it competitively, so that you really can try to get those things away from other players, but not so sure if I like this in the solo mode or in the cooperative mode. Keep in mind there is those quick setup cards which simply gives you the amount of crew you're asking for, including the equipment, but in the solo rules it's not mentioned that you can use those quick charts, so I think it's already part of the challenge to get the right crew and the right equipment on the board. But I come to that in a second. Let's have a look at our country. Of course, I'm playing as Germany here. Once per season, you may place your flag on a planet that has already been discovered and receive twice the bonus. I think this is also a special ability which will not help me in the solo mode of the game, but I will not change it back. There are some others like the UK one which give you an automatic success when you do the one of the discovery actions, which I think it's kind of lame in the solo mode, because this is what it's all about, getting the right discoveries in order to win this game. But again, I will not change it. Because I'm playing with the equipment module, I start the game with 18 of those preparation tokens. Normally this would be 12. When the preparation step is done, which you do once during the game, we will basically transform those into energy markers. So yes, they serve pretty much 2 purposes in this game. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I like those tiny little tokens here, but they will do. The goal of the so-called Lone Star solo rules variant, which I'm using here, so I'm not using the bot version. Maybe I will revisit this game later on and try to use the bot here. But anyway, the goal is in this mode is to get 5 of those warp tokens. They come in one of those bags here. We need 1 of each life and exo product, which we have to discover in our mission. We have to get 4 substance tokens, pretty much 6 categories, in order to win this game. And if that wouldn't be enough, we also need to pay enough energy to jump to the next system. And the next system would then be Earth. If I'm not able to do it or pay for a jump at any point in this game, I automatically lose this game. And yes, this will happen a lot, I assume. This is really something we discovered during the cooperative mode. Energy is really, really, really tight in this game. At least when you played solo in the multiplayer version of the game, that's not that big of a deal. It will definitely push you back because other players can help you in order to refuel your ship, but apart from that, there are no real penalties. Here we automatically lose the game. Okay, let's basically hire and buy our equipment and or crew. And the first thing that we do at the start of every preparation step or every preparation turn is to check if there are any foreign flags on the bottom row of those astronauts or equipment pieces. There aren't, because we haven't started the game. So we will simply roll 2d12 here and see what basically cards the, let's call it AI player, will choose. Again, there is no AI, and that's a 9 and that's a 12. Which means those two cards have been taken. And I decided to go with Sweden for my opponent during the preparation phase. So that's those two cards, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the designer is Swedish, so I thought it's a good idea to play against the designer in this case. Now it's my turn. Again, I start the game with 18 of those preparation tokens, and the cost to hire an astronaut or a piece of equipment is pretty much printed below the position here. So in order to get this substance ether drive, I would have to pay 2 of those preparation tokens, which is pretty much okay, to be honest. We really need all of those icons, at least the alien, this this asteroid thingy, and this yellow one here, which is for exo product discoveries, if I'm not mistaken. Those on the left hand side, there are in most cases bonuses, so this is something from one of the modules which I'm not using because I think they doesn't really make sense in the solo mode of the game, at least if when you're not playing with the bot cards in this case. So in most cases I can ignore those icons here. Not so much this one here, because this is an ace pilot or so. I think this is something that's good also for this mode of the game. But now let me think about it. It's either Chick here or Uffe. They're both tempting, but to be honest, this icon could be more important than the other 2 items here in this case. I could be completely wrong, but I think I will go for Uffe. And by the way, I really don't like the comic artwork on those astronauts here. It really doesn't basically match the rest of the theme of this game. I don't know, but yeah, maybe it's only me, but I really don't like those. Everything else is really cool and nicely done in respect to artwork. It makes sense, at least in most cases, but those comic book kind of things, I really don't like those. Okay, nevertheless, I have to pay 3 of those preparation tokens. Because this astronaut is already at the bottom row, I can basically grab it right away, so there's really no need to put my flag on it. In the multiplayer version of the game, and especially if you are playing with the warp module, you usually slide those in the sleeves and then they would basically hold the position, but in this case it really doesn't make a difference. So I hired my first astronaut here, which is Uffe, and now I have to slide down the remaining cards in order to basically make the new cards as expensive as possible. The rules are not very clear, because they say you usually in the solo mode you move down the, let's say, character or the cards that has foreign flags on them as downward as possible, but it's only mentioned in the step when you do the AI step, so I'm not sure if I have to do that. And the thing, as they are challenging enough, to be honest, so I think I will not do it this way. I might be completely wrong, so again, apologize if I'm not understanding this correctly, but this is how I want to move this. Next, we refill our positions, and again, you always do that in order to make sure that the news cards go to the most expensive positions here. So if whatever this card would have been here, I had to slide it around accordingly. But I think this is already the end of the first round. Next, again, we would check for any foreign colors on the bottom of the board. There aren't any, so we will roll again. This could also backfire here. No, 12 is already gone. 3 is not one of those numbers that we want, that we have to place a flag on. It really starts here at 4. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. So in this case, he will not place another country marker on any of those guys there, which can be pretty much okay, I guess. Then it's our turn, and I think I need to go for this exogaseous planet gear, because without this I will not be able to land on any gaseous planet. So this is what this icon here means, and I will not be able to make any exo discoveries here, which is this symbol. So this is really important. It costs us an awful lot of those tokens, but I think I really need this, so I will place it here. Next, I would slide things down, but because there aren't any of my colors down in the bottom row, I'm not getting to do that. Then we would check the same for the AI player. And again, there aren't any in the bottom row, so he will roll again. That's the 9 and the 11. Okay, which means this one is taken here too, Jamila, the Exo Professor, and 9 is already taken by him. And now it's our turn, and I think I will totally go for Chick now. Really, I'm surprised that she is still around, so I will only pay 2 preparation tokens for her in order to hire her. So I get to take her right away. I can place her on my crew board here. Then we have to slide down things, and I think let's slide this one over, slide this one down, so now it's in the bottom row. I get to get it also right away because it's part of that slide action. And I think I really want to move things down because right now I'm totally out of options here, to be honest. So I think I really want to remove some of those dudes here. So that's tough. Okay, let's move this one down. Let's move this one down, those guys down, this one down, this one down. So this one goes here. Then we will reveal 2 new crew members. Oh, no additional equipment has showed up here. Interesting, but let's not forget to place our equipment accordingly. And then it's the AI player. So Nolan will be taken because he's in the bottom row. This one wants to move down. This one can't move down any further. So I get to choose. So I think let's move this one down here. What do I need? What doesn't really matter in this case. So let's move this one down, and yeah, I think this is what, no, we cannot keep it this way. So let's move Alex over there, and then we will place Anna, the Exo Substance Engineer, on the new spot here. The problem is he will still be allowed to roll those dice. That's a 9 and a 9, and I think in this case, yes, I'm really lucky again. So he really wants Jamila, it seems, really wants to make sure, but as soon as there's already a token on that card, he will not roll again or whatnot. So now it's my turn, and this is interesting. Do I want this or this? I think I need this one more than I need this one. The gaseous life gear. Yeah, why not? So I will place my flag on it. I have to pay 3 of those tokens. It's in the bottom row, so I get to get it right away. Then we slide down some of those. Let's slide down. I think I want her actually down. It's still 4. She stays here. No, I think that's it. Let's reveal the next piece of equipment in this case. It's again the Exogaseous Planet gear. I think I already have that one. And now it's the turn of the AI player. Again, we check for any basically foreign flags on the bottom row. We have Leo here. Leo has been taken. Jamila will move down. That's the one rule, that the AI will move down his tokens as much as possible. The rest seems to be pretty much, doesn't really care. So let's slide her here, slide this one down, and keep it like this. Then we will reveal the most awesome piece of technology out there, the Exo multi-device. This is really awesome. It has all of those icons here. Really great piece of technology, but I'm pretty sure I will not be able to afford this because I could place my remaining 5 tokens on there, but I also have to make sure that I get this. And if I basically at 0 or at 1 of those tokens, then this preparation round ends, and whatever is still out there, it's lost. So it's very unlikely I will get it. But of course, AI still has to roll. Okay, that's again, it's the 9. So 9 is Simba here, the Exo Smooth Talker. And the 7 seems to be the Exogaseous Planet gear. Okay, I don't really care too much about this one here. Then it's our turn again, and I think I want this Substance Ether drive here because it gives me the last remaining technology I'm lacking right now, which is pretty good. It only costs us 2 tokens, so I'm definitely happy with that. So let's take it right away. I get to slide those cards down. And actually, I think I want this. I could go for 2 more cards. Let's try it. So I want this ace pilot here, which means I have to slide this one down. So 2 cards will be removed later on, but I think that's not that big of a deal. The Exo multi-device is coming down. So again, I could afford this. Oh man, this is good. This is actually really, really good. We still have to reveal a new card, and that's Attila, the Exo Observer. Next round, those 2 cards will be gone right away. So he's drafting like crazy. Simba will definitely move down. And yeah, I think let's bring down the Exo multi-device. So I will be able to get this. This is pretty amazing, to be honest. Okay, what else do we want to slide down? Do we care? No, I think we do. So let's slide down those. No, this will stay here. And then we will reveal 2 more cards here, the Exo Ether Drive and Michelle, the Exo product engineer. She's also very awesome, to be honest. And now I have to make a choice. I could take a risk and go for Blinky. I still have 4 of those tokens, so I could go for Blinky. He's a star pilot and he could help me finding some alien equipment, or alien life in this case, which is always a good thing. Then I would still have 2 more of those preparation tokens, and I could slide over this Exo multi-device. So if I'm really lucky and he's not rolling, what is it, the 5 next turn, I could also go for the Exo multi-device as well. And I think this is what I want to do. Let's try it. We are fine with technology, so we don't really need it right now. It could help us, but we don't need it. So let's pay 2 more of those, which means we get to hire Blinky, the Exo Star Pilot. Let's slide over this Exo multi-device. Again, I get to choose, and this guy needs to move down. Let's move down Michele, and then we reveal a new piece of technology, the Exo Life device. Also pretty awesome piece of technology. Probably the last round now, so Simba will be gone. So she's taken by the AI player. We will move down this, we will move down this, and I think that's pretty much it. Let's reveal the next piece of technology. It's a life detector, also very, very helpful. The AI still needs to roll, and basically the only thing that we don't want to see is a 5 now. And I think we are good. We can ignore the 1. It's the 10. The 10 is up here at the Exo Life device. So yes, it's definitely a helpful piece of technology. And now it's our turn, and we have been extremely lucky because we can spend our remaining 2 tokens, preparation tokens, in order to buy this Exo multi-device. Again, the most powerful piece of technology in the world, or in this game at least. And again, this is something I think in a competitive mode of the game, you would definitely go for this. So there would have been some competition on this Exo multi-device. And I think also when you're playing with some of those bot cards, they also go for example, the most piece of abilities first and things like that. But yeah, in this case, I think the Lone Star variant is difficult enough as it is, so let's simply grab this piece of technology, and this also ends our preparation. It doesn't really matter what technology or what astronaut the AI is basically drafting. It basically doesn't play any role in this game anymore. Okay, let's have a look at our crew, which is Uffe, Chick and Blinky. Very interesting names, to be honest. So I think we have all the icons. We have 3 times the life forms, which could help us, because if we are lucky, we find basically an alien who would join our crew as well. So I think overall, that's not that bad of an idea, especially when playing with this ship here. We have 4 pieces of technology, which is pretty amazing, to be honest. I think I never had 4 pieces, at least not from the start. So I think that's actually not too bad. And next we would basically finish our preparation, so we get some of those tokens back. But again, those are no longer preparation tokens. They will now serve as energy tokens, and I think we will start the game with 12 of those. And no, I'm wrong, we will start the game with also 18 of those energy tokens, and yes, we definitely need those. Okay, let's do our first jump, which means we get to flip our preparation board, and yes, this will be our system and things start to look more scientific, don't we? Okay, we will draw our first star here. I will draw it from the bottom of this pile here, and this is our star. It's a star type MD. The Goldilocks zone is in zones A and B. So let's place it accordingly. So this is pretty much the orbits where life is at least possible in this case. Okay, then we would draw our quick Zetta card. There's also another way to do this kind of preparation, but the game will be long enough as it is. So let's draw one of those quick Zetta cards, and we will go with the Milky Way. I also have the Andromeda expansion, but this is really insane. So let's stick to the Milky Way. And it seems we have found Arcturus here. So those are the planets that are in the orbit, and wow, that's 7 energy we have to spend. The rules are not very specific that you also pay the energy for your very first jump, but I assume it does in the solo mode. So yeah, let's spend our first 7 energy. Wow, that's insane. Definitely not a good start. Here are 3, here are 5, here are 7. Wow, okay. This is definitely not a good start. Next, we would set up the planets according to this quick Zetta card. So you have an ocean world, a terra world, a carbon planet. I really don't know. I think they are basically explained somewhere. Maybe I come to that later on. And as I'm playing with the trajectory module, well, we will roll for all of those planets. So we start with the ocean world. So let's roll a die where it goes. It goes to the orbit A, that's clear. And it goes to 9. And A9 is pretty much here. In this case, I will also play with the exploration or discovery variant, so I keep them face down, and only when I land on those planets, then I get to look what's beneath it. Next, we would roll for orbit D, which is a terran world, which is in orbit D. Okay, that's a 4. D4 is over here. Next, we have a carbon world in orbit F. So let's see where it goes. That's a 3. F3 is over here. In orbit H, we have a gas giant. That's what it is. Okay, that's at 6. So H6 is over here. And last but not least, we have a small solar system body in orbit I. So let's roll that accordingly. That's I5 in this case. So let's put it like this. There is still one more thing to do, which I nearly forgot. We have to place a Trojan marker next to the gaseous planet here. And actually, because I'm playing with the trajectory model, there will be a Trojan marker one step before and after the gas giant here. And this is really something which I really don't like about games with modules, because you have to go back and forth in the rules because things are added. I really like a complete game, guys. I know someone might think differently, but I really want a complete game. I don't want to choose which modules to use. It's okay to have basically one basic and maybe one advanced variant. This is something I can buy, but really adding and removing those modules, that's a pain. Don't do that, designers. Okay. So this is pretty much our system setup in respect to our planets. We get to choose where to place our mothership. I will do that in a second. We still have to basically set our discovery values according to those values here. So this pretty much tells us how difficult it will be to find life forms in order to find materials or to do exo discoveries. There the game comes with those dials here. I like those dials. The problem is, yeah, in this case it's really not a good production value. Everything else is fine, guys, but this dials, I don't know, it works, it's fine, but it's, you see it for yourself. You can really, there is no way, it's not big enough or whatnot. So I think this is something that could be improved. So I will set it according to our quick Zetta card here, which is 5, 9, and 3. And then we are pretty much good to go. One little piece of information. that's still on our star is how many turns we are allowed to remain here. And that's 5, and 5 is good. So we definitely have enough time before it's time to jump to another system here. And again, we need to find some of those materials, because if we find radioactive materials, we can transform those tokens into energy. And yes, this is really what we need. But apart from that, I think we also want to find some more life tokens or some more life cards, maybe another crew member, things like that. Okay, let's set our mothership. So we get to choose the orbit. The rest will be determined by a die roll here. And do I want to go to D or do I want to go to F in this case? Because in F we have more stuff to do actually. Yeah, why not? Let's go. This is also good. No, let's start in F. So let's see where we go. This was cocked. Let's do it again. That's a 9, so it's D9, F9, sorry. And F9, oof, is all the way down there. Not really sure if I like that. So next we would place our little ship here as well. There are some connectors, so you can basically stick it to the mothership. This works fairly well, but as you're really moving things alone so much, I really doesn't make sense in this case. It's nice, it's working as it's supposed to work, but let's simply put it next to our mothership. And then, yeah, let's finally do some explorations. And this was really a bad start, guys. So I can spend 1 piece of energy in order to produce 7 movement steps. I have to basically fly between those white dots here. Those are those trajectories in this case. So if I would move here, this is 1 movement step, 1 movement step, 1 movement step, 1 movement step, 1 movement step. That's fine. I can also move across the orbits here. If I do that in a clockwise fashion, that's fine. That still costs me 1 movement point. If I do that counterclockwise, though, I have to pay 2 movement points additionally. And this really sucks like crazy, guys, because I don't get anywhere. So even getting to this planet, 1 energy would not be enough. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normally this would be 1 movement point, but because it's counterclockwise, I would have to spend 2 more, though that's 3 movement steps I need to spend to go to this ocean planet here. Wow. So let's see if I want to do something else beforehand. For example, doing something in 0 gravity here. On the other hand, I nearly forgot I have the star pilot and I have the technology to use the star pilot. So when you're not playing with the equipment module, you can basically use those icons where they are. But if you are using the equipment module like I do, you have to basically wear down your technology. And I think this is what I want to do. So let's slightly wear down the substance ether drive here. So I activate it. So for 1 energy now, I can basically jump to any space on the board right now, but each time I'm using this I have to wear it down, and then I have to spend an entire turn to repair my technology. You have to be very careful, but I think it's still worth it. So let's jump to this gas giant now. I have to spend 1 more movement point or 1 more energy in order to land. But in order to land on the gaseous planets, I also have to use 1 piece of technology that allows me to do so. So I think let's use the gaseous life gear for now. So this allowed me to land there. As a bonus, as I'm the first one to go there, I get to place my flag here. But let's see what we get here first. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So we can get some rare materials here. And because I'm playing as Germany, at least this is how I understand the special ability, I still get the bonus twice. And I hope that it's not just when there is another flag on this planet already. So I really play it this way. So once per system, I get that bonus twice. So I will use it for this system here. And now I get to choose if I want twice this rare material here. Again, because I'm Germany, I get the bonus twice. Or if I want to grab from the system or from the substance bag, and I think this is what I want to do. I really need some more stuff, so let's draw here. So that's white, and I think white again, that's rare gas if I'm not mistaken. So I take one rare gas, I put it right back, and then I draw again. I put it really back. So the odds, and this is a purple material. Purple, I get to choose. This is amazing because I get to choose one technology or one substance, and I will totally go for radioactive. So this is 4 energy for me, and then I put it back and draw again. How cool is that? So what did we get? Another gas thing. Okay, that's really good. This was definitely a very, very good start. And I think with 2 of those rare gas materials, I should be able to do some discovery, which is the HDO laser prism, -1 energy when traveling counterclockwise. Oh, nice. I think this could really help us, and it also has a star pilot ability, so I can also use it to use the star pilot ability of Blinky. Awesome. Okay, that's pretty great. Next I get to take an action, and this is interesting. I think I want to do I want to go for another rare gas here? And I think not. Let's do the research action, which always succeeds. I'm not getting to level up my pilot, but I get to draw, basically take 2 tokens from the knowledge bag and choose one of those. And keep in mind, I need knowledge tokens in order to win. This is our first win. I think we need 5 of those if I'm not mistaken. So I could decide if I want to keep it or not. And here we have another live technology. And I think in this case, no. Let's stick to, we really want to win this game. So I will put this one back to the bag and want to keep this. What is it again? Yes, a warp token. They do not count towards my knowledge cap. So I will basically keep them next to my knowledge pile here. And again, I need 4 more of those in order to win this game, beside the other stuff I need. So I still need 1 of each of those substances here, for example. And yeah, this life card and 1 of those exotechnologies in this case. And last thing to do, we will move all of those planets and Trojans 1 space clockwise around the board here. We will move with it because we have landed on this planet. Okay, that's apparently the thing. This can be good, to be honest, but also can work against us, to be honest. But yeah, this was pretty much the full first turn of Expedition Zetta. And of course, let's not forget to unuse our Germany's special ability here. And I think with that, I want to call it for today. I think we spent a lot of time during the preparation step, which is something, again, which I don't really fully like. So I really consider using those quick preparation cards instead. But I think I got better equipment this way, to be honest. So with the quick step, you get maybe 2 crew and 2-3 pieces of equipment. Now I have 3 crew and 4 pieces of equipment. So I think overall it worked out better for me. But as with the next video, I'm pretty sure I will complete the full system here, maybe also jump to the next system and do some actions there. And yeah, let's see how things go. I really hope you enjoyed my first episode of Expedition Zetta here, and hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.